Hey everybody, it's Jeff with Flea Fly, and today I wanted to do a quick live feed for everybody and talk to you about one of the tips that we see that's constantly something that we struggle with here at Flea Fly, and I know a lot of people do. They want to fish too deep for their crappie, and sometimes these crappie under these marinas and under these docks are extremely shallow. Now, I wasn't planning on doing a live feed today. My wife has went down to check on a piece of property here at the resort, and she dropped me off at the dock. And I want to talk to you a little bit about what I'm doing. I've already caught about 6 crappie, and I thought, you know what? I need to show these guys the difference today and why these crappie are biting a little bit different today than they have in the past down here on the dock. And I'm going to try to do this all by myself. I'm here by myself today. It's in the evening, and I'm going to try to catch a crappie or two. But these crappie are right underneath the foam. And a lot of times, what happens, people want to fish way too deep for their crappie, and I am so guilty of that. I want to fish deep all the time. And today I was reeling up real slow, and the first 2 fish that I caught were within about 3 foot from the foam. Now this dock isn't very deep. It's only in about 15 foot of water anyway. So, but these crappie are suspended under the foam, and today I'm using a little smaller lure than I usually fish with, and a lot of times on docks I use a little smaller lure than I usually fish with. Let's see if I can get a picture of it, guys. You gotta keep in mind here, everybody, I'm trying to do this by myself, so bear with me. But I'm using a firecracker, 2-inch firecracker with our little 16th ounce bait gripper head. And I'm going to pitch in here beside a couple of these slips and see if I can catch a crappie. I've caught 3 keepers and I've caught about 5 short fish, and I want to show you how deep I'm fishing and why sometimes it's important to not always fish so deep. Now, as you can see, you guys know, you've seen me do a lot of live feeds. The crappie kicker tail, it's always wiggling, it's always turning. And hey, this is the flea fly, the original flea fly head that's got the 45-degree angle bait gripper head right here, 16th ounce. So I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to show you how deep I'm fishing. So I've got a 5'6" high standard carbon rod right here, and there's my crappie kicker. And if you come up here, there's the top of my rod. Okay, so let's see if I can scratch something out. I'm just going to walk down through these slips right here, and you can see the top of my rod and the crappie kicker. No, I'm not very deep at all. I mean, guys, sometimes they're just not any deeper than that. I have caught a few fish a little deeper than that, but I'm just kind of pitching it out, and I'm just kind of walking it along the edge of the foam. And as you can see underneath the dock here, the foam is sticking down probably in the water about 6 or 8 inches. Now I probably don't have enough line out right now, but I wanted to show you kind of where I was going to start with and see if I could scratch something out really, really shallow. And like I said, I am the world's worst at thinking that I got to fish for crappie too deep. And we get a ton of questions about crappie fishing in docks, crappie fishing from the bank. And I'm going to keep moving around here and seeing if I can pull something out from underneath this dock right here, a nice slab crappie. And if I don't, I'm going to try to pitch a little bit more line out by myself. It's hard to do one-handed, y'all, I can promise you. And I'm just letting that crappie kicker just slide around in the slip here. I'm going to walk over here by another boat here in a minute. I'm going to pitch it in up real shallow. See if I can get bit. I just kind of wanted to prove to you that you don't have to fish very deep a lot of times to catch a lot of crappie. Okay, let's walk over here to another boat. I'm probably going to have to pull out a little bit more line. I only got about 4 foot of line out right now. The crappie kicker does most of the work. I just twitch it a little bit to create a little bit of vibration down there. And all that does is that just tells the fish that there's something in their area. They feel that vibration. But you don't got to sit there and wiggle and jerk and up and down and left and right and carry on. Just smack that rod a couple times. See if you can create a little bit of vibration. Nobody home right there. I'm going to try to pull out a little bit more line here. I'm going to pull out a couple more feet of line, drop my jig down, and I'm going to walk back over this way, pitch it in here, let it fall a little bit deeper than it has been. Now, if I hadn't started this live feed, I'd probably already caught another fish by now, but there he is right there. Okay, he's not a very big fish. You saw him. Now look, if you look at my crappie kicker right there, okay, and my bait gripper jig head, this is a 5-foot rod. So I'm only about a foot deeper than my 5-foot rod. Let's see if I can pitch in here and get another one live here with you. And I think it's important to show you guys a lot of times that you don't have to fish deep to catch crappie. Sometimes they are deep, and sometimes they're going to be laying flat on the bottom. Sometimes they're going to be right up under the foam. And you just got to fish, and when you walk down here green like I did just a few minutes ago and you don't know where they're at, you start at the bottom and you start at the top, and you just kind of figure out a pattern. And after you figure out your pattern, you'll be able to capitalize on a whole lot more fish. That wasn't a keeper that I had hooked there, but it was a crappie. And I just pulled about a 14-inch crappie out of this slip a minute ago, right before I went live. There's no place or no way for me to set my phone down, so I got my phone and, oh, there's one right there. There's another one. Okay, so this is where it really gets tricky. Now I got a fish in one hand, and I've got a rod in the other hand, so bear with me, y'all. I'm going to have to put this fish down and see if I can get him unhooked. That's not a keeper. But again, I got 5 foot of line out, and he hit the firecracker. You can see the jig. It's the bait gripper jig head right there. He smacked that thing. I got it sprayed down with the bubblegum lure flavor. I need to walk back down there and show you that because I get asked a ton of questions about the bubblegum lure flavor too, all the time. So this isn't a keeper. I'm gonna throw him back. I'm gonna fix my kicker up here. Bear with me for a second, y'all. All right, I got my crappie kicker pushed back up there, and let's pitch it in here again. And you guys want to keep fishing with me? Hey, does anybody out there want to keep fishing with me? So give me some thumbs and give me some likes if you want to keep the live feed going. If you don't, I understand. I'll shut it off and I'll just go back. I'll go back down there and keep on fishing. Oh, there they are. There's the likes. Everybody wants to keep fishing with me, so we appreciate that. I appreciate everybody getting here, coming down on the dock with me today, seeing if they can catch a crappie with me. Now look, I'm not doing much. I just twitch that every now and then, guys. Twitch it every now and then. And all you're doing there is creating enough vibration in the water that the fish knows there's something down there, okay? That's all you're trying to do. The crappie kicker is going to do the rest. That crappie kicker tail is always moving. So let's pitch it back over this way. I got 5 foot of line out. I'm back up underneath there now. It's just kind of falling. I'm just kind of walking my rod there. I've got to figure out a better solution for trying to do. Oh, there's one right there. That's a keeper. Woo. Oh my gosh, that's a big one. I got to try to get that one out of there. It was getting tricky. Oh, I'm hung up in the boat deal. Hang on. I'm hung up in the boats. I got hung up in that deal right there. I wish some one of you all was here to help me out. Oh. Come on out of there. Oh, look at that crappie. There we go. Okay, now that is a keeper crappie. I'm going to walk back down here to my barrel and put him in my barrel. after I get him unhooked. Come here. Now again, guys, I'm trying to do this by myself. I got one hand on the phone. I'm trying to get my crappie kicker unhooked right here. Maybe y'all can help me unhook him there. But I do love doing these live feeds and showing you how to do this. Now, there he hit the firecracker 2-inch crappie kicker. That is the bait gripper jig head, the 16th ounce. And this is a keeper crappie. And I'm going to walk back down here, put him in the barrel, and show you the bubble gum lure flavor. I got a barrel down here on the dock. Look at the mouth on that rascal. He could slurp up a lot of big old shad and minnows and everything down there. So I've got a barrel down here that I keep my crappie in, so when I get a limit I can get in my barrel here, and you can see, I don't know if there's any, you can see there's some more fish in the bottom of the barrel right there, but he's going in the barrel because I think he's getting ready to be dinner. Does any of you guys out there eat crappie? I see some thumbs and some likes if anybody out there likes to eat crappie. Now I'm spraying this down with the bubblegum lure flavor. I got it out here on the back of the boat. So I've squirted that down. Great thing about bubblegum, made in the USA. It sticks on your lure for at least 30 minutes. You only got to spray it on there, and it just won't hardly wash off. So I'm going to go back down there to my rod. And you all don't care if I have a sip of cold beer, do you? I'm gonna get me a sip of Michelob Ultra and see if I can. I'm not sponsored or anything by Michelob Ultra, but I'm gonna have to have another drink. So I appreciate that. You guys let me have a drink. Okay, let's see if we can do this again. Let's see if we can catch another one. Alright, now I want to tell you, you guys can find these lures. You can find the crappie kickers and the bubblegum lure flavor at fleafly.com, or you can find a dealer at fleafly.com. I'm using a braided line today and a medium light rod, so let's see if we can get her in there again. It's hard to do with one-handed, y'all. Okay, I'm in there again. Hopefully I don't get tangled up in the dang pontoon boat cover. I'm just gonna walk this along, see if I can get one of them to smack me. And I'm gonna try this. My left hand's getting tired of holding this stinking phone. I've got to get me something with a better handle on it. Okay, let's pitch it over this way. Let it fall down here. I'm trying to look through the phone and watch my rod tip, and I have definitely, there's a big time learning curve with these live feeds and trying to do this stuff, but I appreciate you coming out and getting on the dock, going fishing with me. I got to reposition this in my hand because my hand's hurting. Hey, I want to do something for you guys, everybody that's watching the live feed. If you will comment crappie kicker, I will send somebody a package of firecracker crappie kickers on Friday. I'll pick a winner, or Dominic will pick a winner around noon. And if you'll share this live feed and comment crappie kicker, we will pick a winner. Man, I got such a good group right now. I got 139 people with me. I wish that another one of them big old slabs would jump on this deal. I might have to pull out a little bit more line. But I started this feed to tell everybody that you just don't have to fish deep to catch crappie in docks. And I make a terrible mistake of trying to fish too deep all the time. And sometimes they're just right underneath the foam. I've caught all these fish today within about 3 foot of the surface, over 15 foot of water. Crappie are not always on the bottom, and There you go, guys. Keep commenting crappie kicker. I'm gonna give somebody a share the feed. I'm gonna give somebody a package of crappie kickers on Friday. Firecracker, just like the ones that I'm using here, and I appreciate you sharing this with some friends. Okay, I'm gonna pull out a little bit more line. So I've got about 6 foot. Yeah, I need to pull out a little bit more line. When I caught that fish, I reeled up a little line. That was my problem. I got about 6, 7 foot of line out. Let's get her in there and see if there's another Slabosaurus ready to come up and be a movie star. Okay, that was a good question. Where are you fishing? I'm fishing at Grand Lake in northeast Oklahoma, and I'm fishing with a 2-inch crappie kicker and a 16th ounce bait gripper, sprayed down with bubblegum lure flavor. And I've caught 3 fish earlier. So anyway, I got such a good audience. I hate to shut the deal off because y'all like to hang in there and go fishing with me, but I need to move slips. Oh, there's a fish. Ain't a very big one. Oh, I'm hung up in that stinking pontoon boat. There it come loose. All right, that's not a very big one, but hey, he's a biter. He bit the old firecracker crappie kicker. Hang on there, partner. I'm gonna cut you loose. Again, you don't have to fish too deep to catch crappie, y'all. I'm fishing 6 foot deep over 15 foot of water. He ate the firecracker crappie kicker right there. He's not very big fish, but all right, let's see if we can do it again. Y'all want me to try it again? All right. I know you're sharing. I need to see some thumbs. I need to see some likes. If you want me to keep this live feed going, I need to know. Let's get some crappie kicker comments going, and let's start sharing this feed. Share this with your favorite crappie fishing buddy, and we'll see if we can get him hooked up on a fish here with me. Oh, there's one. Oh, look at that one. Look at that one right there. He was in about 4 foot of water. That might be another keeper. Oh, hung up in it. Oh, okay. All right. Now this one might be a keeper. I'm not sure if it's a keeper or not. That one was in about 3 or 4 foot underneath the foam. Okay. So again, he ate the firecracker crappie kicker. Man, this is hard to do by yourself, y'all. Holding on to a phone. Now let's go down here and take him in and check him in the crappie gauge. And if he's a keeper, I'll put him in the barrel. And I'll have me another drink of my Michelob Ultra. And then I'm probably going to sign off because I really wasn't even planning on doing this. But you guys like to fish with me so much, I just kept it going. So I'm going to put this in our crappie gauge. And for those of you that don't know what a crappie gauge is, this is for measuring fish that are 7, 8, 9, and 10 inches long. So I'm going to slide this crappie in the crappie gauge and see if he's 10 inches. And his nose is right there. And he is over 10 inches long. So I got another keeper. And the cool thing about the crappie gauge is you don't ever have to touch your fish. So let's take him in the crappie gauge over here. And let's take him over to the barrel and let's set him free in his new home over in this barrel where he's getting ready to go home with me in a day or two. Down he goes. Sweet. I got more crappie fillets. Hey man, we appreciate Frank. We appreciate you watching the live feeds, and we appreciate you hanging in there with us. It's kind of hard for me to do by myself, but I sure enjoy it, and out of the bottom of my heart, I truly hope that all these tips help you all catch more fish, because if you catch more fish, you buy more fishing tackle, and I sell fishing tackle, and I want you to be successful. So it's a win-win situation for us. That is what I caught him on. 2-inch firecracker, 16th ounce bait gripper. Look at all those likes. Man, you guys are badass. I'm gonna have another drink of Michelob Ultra, and then I'm gonna put that jig back in the water one or two more times. Let's see if we can get one. Let's hit that share button, y'all. I'm gonna give some crappie kickers away on Friday. Got a comment crappie kicker. Share this with somebody you know that likes to crappie fish. And we're going to pick a winner on Friday for a pack of the exact same lure I'm fishing with right here. Again, I'm shaking the lure. All I'm doing with that is creating vibration. My old buddy Mark McGuire, he says, never beg him to bite, and always shake that lure a couple times to create the vibration. There's a lot of people that get real tricky, and they try to do too much with their lure, and I think that hurts. I just had somebody try to call me. Anyway, guys, I'm getting tired of holding on this phone by myself. Share this feed, comment crappie kicker. Oh gosh, I got 162 people fishing with. Oh, I got another slab. There he is. There he is. Hang on there with me, everybody. I'm gonna try. He's crazy acting. Oh, look at this crappie. I'm gonna have to reel up a little bit. Ooh-wee. Oh, you're gonna like this. I can't hardly pull him up. Oh, you're gonna like this. Oh, look at that crappie. Look at that big old Slabosaurus. That is a fine looking fish right there. Now how about that, y'all? If you need any more proof that the crappie kickers work, I don't know what else I can do. If you need any more proof about the bubble gum, I don't know what else I can do, because I've caught a bunch of crappie on this live feed right here, and I'm trying to get him unhooked. Oh. Oh, that's a nice fish. I'm glad I hung in there and caught one more. Well, everybody, I'm going to turn this camera around. I'm going to show you the fish here by me, and he's a nice one. And I just wanted to say that from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate you guys buying the flea fly fishing tackle. We really want you to be more successful catching crappie. Just a big old crappie, big old slab like this, if I can get him squeezed out there. And share this feed with your friends. Comment crappie kicker, and we are going to give a package of crappie kickers away on Friday. Thanks. You can buy all this tackle or find a dealer at fleafly.com. Thanks, y'all. I'm shutting her down.